All right, water break. So on this next topic, we're going to talk about the EV price war and how there is a new manufacturer that has came to the boxing rink. Can't talk today. Came to the boxing rink fairly recently, but has sold a good amount of units. And on top of that, they've got new models coming out that look pretty exciting, except for when you look at the price point. Maybe they'll have some good leases. Who knows? But we'll definitely talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Of course, we are a Tesla fan channel. I've had 4 Teslas so far. I have 1 Tesla right outside right now, and I will continue to buy a Tesla. Hopefully, fingers crossed on the Cybertruck. But we've always got to keep our eyes open and see what the market has out there to see if there's good deals or exciting product. We also have a RIVIAN on order, but I'm hesitant to take delivery because it's kind of expensive. But let's take a look at this. So Polestar has just announced that they sold roughly 12,000 electric cars in Q1 of 2023. The company aims for 80,000 units this year, which would mean a substantial volume increase. But the one thing that stuck out to me is because they sold 12,000 units in the first quarter. That's a nearly 26% from over a year ago. So that's a pretty hefty increase, so to speak. But if you don't know what's on the Polestar lineup, of course, there's this vehicle right here that's like a sedan version. And Polestar definitely does some pretty attractive leases, and it has, free supercharging or free fast charging with some of the vehicles, like 2 to 3 years for whatever it is. And they've got some pretty exciting vehicles on the horizon as well. If you take a look at this article from Electric, we've got this fancy thing, the Polestar 6, I think, which of course that's probably a roadster, Polestar roadster concept, which, maybe that's not a realistic vehicle. It's definitely not a realistic vehicle for me. And the funny thing with that is, like, Tesla has removed the mention of the roadster from their whole plans as well. So maybe that vehicle is not actually coming out either. But the one back here that sticks out to me that looks pretty interesting, because now I like my SUVs. I like my Model Ys and Model Xs. This vehicle back here is a Polestar 3. And you can see here, it definitely looks pretty nice, actually. You can see like the headlights, the taillights, the very futuristic, styling of it. Of course, we've got the iPad that you have to have at this point if you have an electric vehicle or some sort of new electric vehicle, and it definitely looks very interesting. It doesn't seem to be a third row, or maybe they'll have a third row variant after that. And I'm also kind of confused, like, is this supposed to be like a Model Y competitor or a like in between? I think it's supposed to be between a Model Y and a Model X competitor, because when I heard the price point, I was definitely a little floored for a second, because it seems like this Polestar 3 is supposed to be coming out around 80 to 90,000, which would kind of put it in this weird in between Model Y and Model X, unless of course we know Tesla loves their price drops, and Tesla could drop their Model X to what it was a while ago, maybe even the 70 to 80,000 range, because Tesla can kind of do whatever they want at this point. And so if Tesla needs sales, Tesla will drop prices. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I definitely like the look of it. I definitely want to see it in person at some point, and probably will, because it does look very, very good. But let me know what your thoughts on it on the Polestar lineup. Would you ever drive one? Would you at least test it out, do a test drive? I want to go test it out and do a test drive, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested.